From the minute that we're born, we're taught many things. One of the most prominent is spoken language. But the language we don't know we're being taught is race. Just like learning words and meanings, we're taught race by reading the body. Dr. Steve Robbins specializes in this field. Racial stereotypes come virtually everywhere, according to Robbins. As children, we pick them up from our parents, teachers, friends, classmates, the news media, the entertainment industry, and from personal experience, it's human nature and unavoidable to make unfair generalizations about others based on their race, Robbins explains.
You can't help it. If you're an American, you're a racist. We brought up from the beginning to think in generalizations.
TJ, thank God you're here. How'd you find me? It's the only chicken and waffle place in all of Holland.
So a black man's got to be at a chicken and waffles place. That's racist.
But you are here.
Yeah, but figuring it out is racist.
WTF. Wait a minute.
Generally, in contemporary America, the ideas that are reinforced over
Rosita, Chiquita, Juanita, Chihuahua.
and over
You guys don't scare me. Come on, I'll kill you.
and over
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
and over again
Hold your tacos.
do have an absorption rate.
We're always together. We're three happy chappies with snappy serappies. You'll find us beneath our sombreros.
Culture is the acquired knowledge people use to interpret experience and generate behavior. Let's take this first piece. Culture is the acquired knowledge. What's one simple thing we can take away from that segment of the definition? You have to learn it, exactly. Culture is learned. We learn our culture through our experiences. We learn our culture through the people that we hang out with.
I'm so confused right now.
We learn our culture through the neighborhoods that we live in. We learn our culture through the organizations that we've been a part of. Fortunately or unfortunately, we learn our culture through the television programs that we watch. See, we can build mental models and brand burgers, cars, unions. We can brand those things, right? And if we can brand those things, can we also brand people in people's heads? Actually, we can do it pretty easily. And we can brand people in people's heads without them knowing. Whether we like it or not, whether we believe it or not, the truth of the matter is this. We have many brands in our heads about people. About gay people, about poor people. We have brands in our heads about nurses and doctors, don't we? We have lots of brands in our heads, and we didn't have to work to get them. They just build up in us in a society that gives us multiple redundant messages.
We work all day, we work all night, we never learn to read or write. We're happy-hearted roustabouts. Means that God love means that
What can you expect from filthy little heathens? Here's what you get when races are diverse. Their skins are hellish red. They're only good when dead. They're vermin, as I said, and worse. They're savages, savages.
Anything goes.
Shanghai, Hong Kong, ik fu young. Fortune cookie always wrong.
We are Siamese, if you please.
This reflects our culture, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't reflect our culture. The people, American people, are being fed this stuff. They're being fed this stuff. I mean, we're gullible as a people. And if you tell the lie loud enough and long enough, people can believe.
To the point where people at least know that they're not supposed to be racist or stereotyping.
Yeah, I would say.
That's not socially acceptable, but you find that people still are.
The idea is that if we live in a culture, in a racist culture, a culture with stereotypes, even if a person doesn't endorse those stereotypes, we are still familiar with them. You know, so let's say take a stereotype of African Americans as criminal. Even if a person thinks that's a bad stereotype or a wrong stereotype, they're familiar with it. And what that means is that that familiarity, that association, can play a role in our responses.
Heard people talk about Cops before the show, which isn't as popular now as it used to be. But, you know, when you have a show, basically white police officers with with sticks chasing down shirtless black felons and thieves and that sort of thing, it does get absorbed to a degree into the culture.
If we're not aware that the stereotype has been activated or primed, they can play a role. And so I think it's really important for all of us to recognize that none of us are immune, to this.
The purpose of this class was to make us aware of representation of race in our society. Racism isn't neutral, natural, or inevitable, but it is forced on us without our consent or realization. At least now, thanks to this class, we can see it.